Well, hello there. Fancy seeing you guys. Back here again. It's Sunday. I'm properly tired, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I just slept rubbish or what. I went to the gym last night. Felt really good actually at the gym, but I don't know. My back's aching a bit today. I was working my back last night. Probably overdid it a bit. And I'm suffering for it today, but hey, that's what happens. Boys do stupid things, don't we? So, today's agenda, we are going to be trying to sort out the ducting up in the loft. Might not do a lot of filming on that because that is boring. I don't even want to do it, it's so boring. I need to have a massive clean up in here because I am not going to be here for a few days. At least, might even be a week. We're going to pull in some extra cables for down here. So, I've been doing a load of research last night, and if you haven't already cottoned on, I don't mind losing some of my profits if it means I'm going to make the job for my client. Now, what we're going to do for the stair lighting, you can buy the drivers where they are, what's the word? Oh, I don't know what the word is. Again, because I'm stupid. And yes, hey, but so each tread will come on in sequence. So sequential, maybe, I don't know. So it's a sequential driver. I'm going to call it a sequential driver. Correct me if I'm wrong. Get in the comments. Tell me how much of a moron I am. But each step will come on. It's triggered by a very small PIR at top and bottom of the stairs. So as you walk up the stairs, it will trigger and each tread will come on. And yeah, I think that's going to look freaking awesome. And what it does mean is I can remove that from being one of my switching options because they'd just be fully automated. Although I do believe the driver I'm looking at, you can incorporate a switched supply on it via a retractive switch, so it will come on for a certain period of time. So it sort of triggers an internal timer on the driver itself. Sorry, it's not a driver, it's just a controller. So you have to have a standalone 12 volt or 24 volt driver with the actual controller, if you like. So yeah, I'm going to go for that. It's going to cost me about 100 quid. However, I am well prepared to take that on the chin to make that. Oh my God, look at the bags under my eyes. No, tired. Yeah, I'm willing to take that on the chin just to make this look freaking brilliant. But yeah, so I need to get the cables down for that today. I've got a few bits left upstairs to finish off. So all the LED tape everywhere now, apart from one area, is cut in and foamed as well. And the cables are at them everywhere. So we really are getting there now. It's actually really starting to come together and I'm incredibly pleased. And as I said in my last video, I can't wait to actually get second fixing. Particularly with obviously the internal lighting, but external lighting as well. There's loads of outside lights and I think this place is just going to really light up and look awesome at night time. I really do. I think my client is either here today or I'm going to see him at some point during the week so we can discuss lighting out on what will be the front. It looks like it's the back of the house, but it's the front of the house. Because we need a load of lighting out there because that will be obviously their main outdoor space. I can genuinely picture, my fingers in the way, I can picture there being a hot tub out there in the future probably, and things like that. So we want to make sure we get power out there now because I think it's all going to get paved. So we need to do things, at the very least, get ducts in so that we have got the ability to run cabling all the way around. Yeah, so lots to do still, lots to do, but it really is coming together. On a job like this, it's always worthwhile just making a list. I keep it on my phone. I write down a little list of all the jobs I need to do on a day like today, so I can come in and actually physically delete it or tick it off, whatever you want to do. Because it's happened in the past. I've done it and you miss something vital. You miss that 1 3-core for a 2-way, or you miss wiring one smoke alarm, or you know, whatever, or a switch life going out for a tape or whatever. and it can cause you no end of headache. So it's always worthwhile to spending 2 minutes at the end of the day, making a little list of one, what materials you're going to need if you need anything extra, and two, what you need to do on your next sort of time on site and to get up to scratch with where you are and keep ahead of the builder. So yeah, it's my little top tip for this video. But right, let's crack on because I talk way too much. So something else I've been pre-warned about, lots of LED tape for obvious reasons. You've got transformers everywhere, drivers, etc. Could cause problems if you've got too much of it on one circuit. Now, currently, I have a lighting feed that comes into this light switch, which does everything in the lounge and everything in the dining room and stairs. So what I'm gonna do, just to cover myself, because we're at that point in the job where we still can, I'm gonna put in an extra lighting feed. So the external lights are on their own complete feed anyway. Every single external light in this property is on its own circuit, not individually, but there's a front of the house and back of the house lighting circuit outside. Because then if you have any problems with external lights, it will only take out that circuit. So I'm going to put in a couple extra feeds and I'm going to segregate the lounge from the dining area. And then the stairs will be on its own feed entirely. And I'm just curious as to whether I do break it down from the goalpost as well in some fashion, possibly. What you'll probably find is they may well go on to C10 RCBO rather than a C6. So I'm putting them on Cs. I want a 3-phase fuse board or distribution board. So I'm going to get most circuits in this place will be on a C-type breaker. But yeah, I'm gonna break things down a little bit. Break it down. And then same again upstairs, I'm actually gonna separate off one of my circuits again for the sake of 20 meters of 1.5 twin and earth and an RCBO. I'm gonna do it because it could cause me mega problems down the line. So we're gonna do that now. I've also got to pull the links in for, what do you call it? The underfloor heating manifold. And then, yeah, we'll go with that. So hopefully, yeah, I mean, the house itself, it's going to be ridiculous here. The distribution board, there's a lot of circuits because, as I said in one of my previous videos, in fact, the first video I did on this place a couple of months ago, certainly all the bedrooms upstairs are on individual 20 amp radials, simply because, don't get me wrong, I know they are not going to exceed the rating. That was never the problem. It's more the length of the circuit. Okay, you know, regulations stipulate that you shouldn't have a ring main any longer than 100 meters. Now, to have done 2 bedrooms back to the board would have been approximately 100 meters. So what we've done, I've actually kept them individually as a 20 amp radial. So then across the 2 rooms, in theory, they could have potentially more load than they could if it was on a ring, because you can have 20 amps per room rather than 16 amps per room, which would be on a 32 amp radial. So each bedroom is on a 20 amp radial. Downstairs, the lounge is segregated. That is on its own radial circuit. The dining area and hallway is a 20 amp circuit. The kitchen work surface area is a 32 amp final ring circuit. I keep saying ring main. I hate myself for it. I'm just old fashioned. I've been doing this 15 years now. It was a ring main when I first started. That's what everybody called it. But final ring circuit. So the kitchen itself is a 32 amp final ring circuit. The utility is a 32 amp final ring circuit. The breakfast room is a 20 amp radial on its own. So yeah, lots and lots of circuits. And same again, the lighting upstairs is broken down, not quite as much as the sockets. I think we've got 2 bedrooms on a circuit and things like that, just to keep things short on length and again, likewise, in the event of fault finding, just because of the sheer scale of this place, if you had a fault, and so if you had the whole of upstairs on a lighting circuit, it's a massive pain in the ass to break that down to fault find. So, you know, you'd have had 4 bedrooms, but that would have been 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 downlights, the LED tape on the landing, LED tape in 2 of the en-suites, LED tape in 1 of the bedrooms, 2 switches in every bedroom, 4 switches on the landing. You know, it just would have been huge amounts. So by segregating it down, in the future, when things start to go wrong, which they will, things go wrong. It might not be for 10 years, it might not be for 20 years, but things go wrong. So it's going to make either my life or whatever other, you know, any electrician that comes here in future doing fault finding, it's going to make their life a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm going to start pulling those additional feeds, and I'm going to separate this down just to cover myself to make sure I don't have any issues with high inductive loads, which I'm guessing is what you'd get from having lots of LED tape on one circuit. I'd imagine you may get a bit of chattering in the RCBO potentially. So we're going to do our best to avoid that. So let's put in some lighting supplies and links for the heating system, things like that, and then move on to the next job. Just flipping to Screwfix really quickly. It's a Sunday, so I can't really get a lot elsewhere. But I'm running out of 1.5 twin and earth. Because of all these extra circuits I'm putting in, so I'm actually pulling in 9 additional lighting circuits, which is crazy. But I just don't want any problems. What's it cost me in reality? Not a lot. So we're going to do that. Other than the RCBOs, fucking £15 a pop. So it's an extra. You know, say it's cost me an extra couple £100 in bits, and you know, probably 3 or 4 hours of my time. So it's nothing. You know, the job itself is worth about £17,000 or £18,000. So yeah, there's enough scope in it to cover that sort of stuff. So yes, just gonna go and grab a few bits, and then I'll show you what I've been up to. Okay, so yes, as I said before, 9 additional circuits I've pulled in. Okay, so what that is, I'd realised for some reason the feed that was over here by this door wasn't on a dedicated circuit, which it was meant to be. So I've pulled in a dedicated feed. I've got some LSF as well. I was desperately running out of cables, so I had to use whatever I had in my van at the time. So I had some 1.5 twin LSF. So that is for my external lights on the front of the property. I've then got a new feed here, which is dedicated for the dining area, boot room, WC and the hallway. Because there's no LED tape in the dining room. There's just 4 spotlights and a pendant. So that is a separate circuit. I've pulled in a dedicated circuit just for this goalpost here. So this LED tape, because that's about 100 watts of LED tape with a driver. So that is completely dedicated circuit. We then have a dedicated circuit for all the lighting in the lounge, again, because there's no LED tape. You just got about 9 LED spotlights and 2 pendants. We pulled in a dedicated supply for the stair lighting. I've pulled across, it's not quite there yet, it's caught up there on the floor, but I'm going to drop down here at this switch and go through rear entry into the kitchen switch so that I have a dedicated supply for the LED strip in the breakfast room. Again, it's about 10 meters long, so 100 watts again. So then I've got no issues there, because obviously there's quite a bit of other lighting out here. You've got all there'll be under cabinet lighting there, which is lower wattage, it's only 5 watts a meter. Spotlights, 2 pendants, and then obviously lighting in the utility room again. I then also pulled 3 upstairs. So there's a goalpost like this, which goes around essentially a external door, twice the size of that, upstairs in the master bedroom. I pulled a new feed so that the master bedroom ensuite is on its own dedicated circuit, because that's got a perimeter LED tape as well as 3 alcoves with LED tape and a feature light on the toilet vanity unit. And the third one, again, was for the balcony lights on that first floor bedroom, because they were, again, for some reason, they'd been pulled onto the that bedroom lighting circuit when they weren't meant to be, because of just how I want to wire this place. So all in all, it's a lot of lighting circuits. So that was 9, but then you've also got, obviously, the ones that are already in place. So there's probably about 15 lighting circuits in this place. Probably similar again in terms of sockets or power circuits, if you want to call them that. So yeah, there's lots going on. There's a lot going on. So I've just got to pull 2 3/4 through now for this manifold, and then I can actually start capping things back down again. I need to get a switched cable from this light switch up and across down to that point where the LED tape that goes around this profile is going to go back to, because it's the closest point where I can discreetly hide and access a LED driver. Same place as the stair one. So, because as far as I'm aware, in the boot room, that whole back wall is getting studded off. At least I hope it is, because they've got to hide that and that, which is in the middle of the wall. So if it was up to me, I would just build a wall right in front of that and have some access panels for that, and the waste pipe, if they, well, yeah, for the rodding point. I would just have 2 access points and stud the whole wall off, because it's not going to really matter in here if you lose a bit of space, because it's just essentially a place to hang your coats and boots. So yes, I'm gonna crack on and get that done a minute, and then I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do then. Something else. Still not quite home time yet. But yeah, what I've had to do here, look, because there's so many cables coming down for this switch. I think I might have already said this, I don't know. But it's wider than what the switch box is, but I've made sure it's covered by the zone of this socket and this other box here, which is the joint for the under cabinet lighting, the goalpost lighting, so that all the cables are still in the right zone. Because yeah, just to help protect myself. Luckily, the likelihood of them actually hanging something here is very unlikely. But yes, so I am going to crack on, get these all into their final locations, get this one over here to that switch, and then I'm almost back where I started, essentially. I've not actually got on with anything that I was supposed to do today, but hey, some days they're just like that. Okay, that's me for today. So I've got those 9 additional lighting circuits in, and sorted out a few smoke alarm cables and things like that I needed to get done, but realistically ticked off very little of what I actually wanted to get done today. However, that's okay. These things happen. I've still made progress. I've done things that I hadn't planned on doing, I hadn't even thought of. However, it will inevitably make the job better in the long run. So I'll be back here in a few days, or a few seconds for you guys, and then I'll crack on and get some more stuff done. But I do need to clean up a minute, because it's all right. Let's clean. Back at the unit quickly, grabbing a few bits so we can try and get that first fix wrapped up today, hopefully. My voice is slowly getting better, slowly, but still not quite perfect. But look at the unit. My God. What an absolute state. This is what happens when you've had a slow start to the year, but busy start to the year at the same time. We've been doing a lot of different jobs, and it is just an absolute state in it at the minute. So I need to get Day down here really and get this freaking organised. So I'm hoping Friday, we're working locally, so I'm hoping I can get in and get this done. I need to redo the fuse board or the distribution board because it was a real rush job when I did it. So that's going to be coming up as a video, get that one done. Got all this metal work here I need to start sifting through, and I might donate some of it to a local college or something just to get rid of it, because we've got so much of it. Loaded cable, I need to organise that. Got some lights, I fit some lights around here finally. Just loads of stuff here. Loads of fuse box, Hager. All sorts of fuse box and Hager stuff on that shelf as well. So they're all RCBOs. Lots of RCBOs. Got a few boards here. These tubs are all full of random stuff. Like one of them's just literally full of Cat 6. In fact, there's two full of Cat 6 patch leads. Yeah, there's all sorts. Look at this. I got a load of tails there. That's, what's that? 120 mil tails there. 95 mil earth, I think it was on that one, I believe. Let's have a little look. What is it? Yeah, 95 mil. I haven't really got a job for that anymore. It was bought for a job, and then right before we were about to install it, the client changed the specification of what their incoming supply was going to be. They reduced it massively because they didn't realise they were going to have to pay a surcharge every month just for having a power supply that's over 160 kVA, or no, 100 kVA. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head now, what the rules are, but once you go basically above 100 amps, obviously you start, which is 60 kVA, I believe, you end up paying a surcharge, so you actually pay a monthly fee as well as your electric bill, and they didn't want to do that, so got that all left. There's about 1,500 quid's worth there, but I can't do nothing with it. I've tried selling it in the past, so it may well just get stripped down, unfortunately, which is very sad. Oh, yeah. But I've had my roof finally fixed in here. It was leaking like an absolute sieve, so that bucket there, and you can see that one there, that one's actually full of water as well. So at least that's going to stop leaking. But I need to now get the floor sorted out, because this bit here is pretty rotten. Not very good. Right, I need to grab a couple of those light fittings and a few other bits, and then I'll get back down to site. I'm just sorting out all the cables at the board here. So this wall's going to get studded off like that, so it encases that soil pipe all the way across. There's a whole load of cables there. There's a whole load more cables there, which I need to bring through this bit of timber. I might get rid of it maybe. And they're going to drop down in front of this. And we're going to have some steel trunking either side of our distribution board. Steel trunking along the bottom, because tails are going to come in from outside there where the meter box is. BT is also going to be here. We're going to have a lighting connection box. We're going to have 3 or 4 armors coming in as well, going off to power and lighting outside. So lots going on in this little area. We've also got interlinks for the underfloor heating system, power supply for that. We need to get power supply out for the air source heat pump, which is going there as well. So I'm going to try and get that sorted out. Right, so I actually got no more filming done in the day because it was a bit of a manic one trying to get everything done in the time frame that we had. So yeah, first specs is basically there now. We've actually, I will show you around in our next video. But I've got a couple more LED profiles still to cut in, but we're waiting for the builder to get the boarding done in those areas. But yeah, it's really come together. We've done a lot of extra bits, some out of my pocket, some out of the client's pocket, just to make sure that this place is really going to be top notch. So yeah, I can't wait. It won't be long now, and we can start second fix. I believe plasters are in next week. They're going to be at least a week because it is huge. Yeah, but thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me get in the comments, let me know what you think we should have done differently, or what you like that we've done. You know, nobody's perfect. We all can take on advice from other people. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.